Fighter 5 for the PlayStation. Yeah.
Yeah. I watched videos on it. He actually played it.
Yeah.
So.
I rented it. I am so glad I didn't buy that game.
Oh, I have questions for you, buddy. Let me just throw that right down here. So,
Come at me, bruh.
What'd you think of the visuals?
The visuals. Oh, let me get in my notes. I took notes on this stuff. See, we're serious. The visuals. The visuals are. I thought the color palette and everything was really great. Like the characters look cool. The stages are beautiful. The color palette is great. It's very vibrant. They look cool, being like 3D characters rendered in a 2D plane.
Mm-hmm.
So
it looked a lot more smoother.
It definitely is smoother looking. There's some great stuff there for like the art style and everything. The gameplay mechanics are there for Street Fighter fans. They really haven't moved on with the times. I mean, even Mario has moved on with the times. Like, even the 2D side-scroller of New Super Mario Bros. And New Super Mario Bros. 2 has moved on with the times. You know, they've added different features that were never available before.
Yeah.
They are still 3D characters rendered in a... actually, I think it's a 3D plane, but it's only shown in a 2D view.
Yeah.
But you still have this newness to it, and these new enemies and these new ways to play and everything. In Street Fighter, well, they changed it, but the visuals are nice. But
yeah.
the gameplay, if you played not Super Street Fighters, if you played Street Fighters 2 on like the old Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis, or just a download of it, you really got a good idea of how this game feels.
Hence the reason why I didn't play it. He was just like texting me nonstop, dude, I can't, man, I'm about to rage.
It was like watching the grass grow playing that game. I mean, like Mortal Kombat, you want to compare fighting games to fighting games. Mortal Kombat,
I love it.
You know, you can step to the side, you can do side steps. The fighting system is a little bit more complex, a little more depth, which, you know, that part in and of itself could be a con. Street Fighter players love the simplicity, and I understand that's their game. Street Fighter players love the game, and I see where the love comes from. It's just, I'm not a fighting game extraordinaire person. My fighting game's Soul Calibur. I mean, that's what I play. Street Fighter, when I was a little kid, I thought it was awesome. Although I was watching a thing on IGN where a fan tweeted him and asked him, what is the worst game that you sunk just tons of hours into? Yeah. And I would have to say, as a kid, mine would be Street Fighter 2 on Sega Genesis. That game was awful.
Mine was Mortal Kombat, so I was kind of... that's what I had on Nintendo, so that's what I played. Now, this is another question I got for you. How good was the gameplay mechanics compared to other games?
Well, like, if you compare it to other games, like other fighting games, not great. Not great at all. I still felt like it was really slow and clunky. Combos were still super hard to pull off. I mean, I'm a casual gamer. Understand, I come from a casual gaming perspective. I am not super hardcore. I play games, and I will binge on a game. I will play games for hours and hours and hours. But that does not mean that I aspire to be a professional gamer. And Street Fighter, I can say this, the super moves are easier to do, like the Hadouken and stuff like that, way easier to do. Vega is still my favorite character because he's the only one that moves more than 2 miles an hour.
I like that.
And he's the only one that you can pull off an easy combo that's more than 3 hits long. Zangief got nerfed like crap. I used to really like him. He was like my power player. He sucks now. I mean, he sucks.
Zangief?
Yeah, Zangief, the big Russian guy.
Yeah, the guy that slams you into the ground hard.
Yeah, he doesn't slam you anymore. Well, I'm sure you can somehow, but I couldn't figure it out, and I didn't feel like looking in the practice and the movesets and all that stuff, because I was really under the wire to get the review done. And while I probably didn't give it a super fair shake, they didn't even have an arcade mode in the game. So,
which sucks. I've actually heard from our buddy Stephen, um, that it was supposed to come out this March. So it didn't give for me. It didn't give an exact date. Did it?
I'm
Did you
not sure if
say?
it gave an exact date. I just know that Stefanos said that that the he explained it to me like this, that they should have never released the game before March because the arcade mode and another character is coming out. I believe Alex is the character coming out, and Alex, I don't even know what game he comes from. I'm kind of an old school Street Fighter game player. I haven't played all the alphas and everything. I think I played Alpha 3. He might have been in it. I don't remember. But um, it just sounds like Arcade is coming out this month, and all the normal stuff you expect from Street Fighter is coming out this month. And he even told me it was not worth buying right now.
Yeah,
and
it's not worth the $60
$60 for,
for right now.
a skeletonized game. Give me a break, guys. Not unless you're going to give me everything for free later on, which I think they are. But
Yeah,
I mean, I guess for somebody that's just nicking to having that new Street Fighter, and it is a pretty game. And if you are a retro game fan, eat your heart out. If you're a Street Fighter fan, eat your heart out. But as just like going down my list of things on it, beautiful art design, beautiful colors and stages. Yeah, okay, that's some of the great things. Great retro game. I mean,
Yeah.
I repeat that over and over again because it just isn't. If you want a game that keeps up with the times, this is not it. Mortal Kombat is more your fighting game that keeps up with the times. I can't wait for a new Soul Calibur to come out. But at least Mortal Kombat changes with the times. Heck,
Yes.
even Mario changes with the times. And Street Fighter is still stuck in an 8-bit world or something. I don't know.
It's made for
16-bit.
old school players, or even those people who love old school games.
Yeah,
so
and the people that are just all about Street Fighter. Cause
nothing else.
I know there's professional Street Fighter players that probably want to crucify me right now, and people that are just crazy about Street Fighter. But I mean, Stefanos, he's a Street Fighter fanatic, and Adomo, another one of our pals, he's a Street Fighter fanatic, and he got burnt out in 3 hours. He said, and he's like, I can play Street Fighter 2 for days. So, and
That
it's just
that's the review for Street Fighter.
well, I do.
What
Huh?
what was your basically when you played it, was the story any good?
Yeah, that's actually one thing that I was just fixing to get to. I didn't. The story mode is very lackluster. And I couldn't even pain myself to go through it. The art style of how they do stuff, like the demo, is as far as I got as far as storytelling goes. Well, not demo. It's like a little quick training session, and I played through that for about 5 minutes until I just couldn't take it anymore. I mean, I wanted to go get my teeth pulled instead of play that game. It was just not my cup of tea. It's not my kind of game. I need it faster moving. I need to get stuff done. I don't want my character on screen to just go boom, boom, kick, and that's really working at. I mean, a button masher could just really tear it up in Street Fighter. And
Yeah.
somebody who just obsesses over Street Fighter and loves the game, they can tear it up. But a casual player like me that hasn't played one in a really long time,
Yeah. I'm more shooter based than adventure.
yeah, and I'm an RPG player, which is probably where I come from in the casual game respect. I'm always one player in it. I don't play against other players hardly at all. I've just recently really gotten into that. You can ask him. I suck at shooters. He pretty much kills everything. I'm sneaking around to get around to the guy's flank, and I pop my head up because there's this one last guy left. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get to kill him, and I watch him crumple and die.
We'll get to that in a second.
But let's see. Overall, I would say it is a great game for Street Fighter players. They did make the controls tighter, but they still feel clunky to me. Like just because the combos are so hard to pull off.
Yes.
But it is very smooth and fluid moving. I'm just not good at coming off with the combos. So if you're a Street Fighter fan, I think you will love this game. If you are big into the old retro games, I dated a girl one time that only played retro games. Anyway, um, she lived and died by Yobo, which plays like old NES and Super NES games. And if you're one of those people, you'll love it. Eat your heart out. It's great. But if you aren't, don't. Rent it if you're just rent it if you're desperate to see yourself. But otherwise,
if you don't like that, go for Mortal Kombat, and hopefully they come out with a Soul Calibur, another Soul Calibur. Yeah,
I understand they're fixing to come out with a Tekken, man. That's okay. I mean, that's Soul Calibur. I mean, Yoshimitsu's in both, so
yeah.
And Virtual Fighter's always kind of good, but
yeah. So how, for your rating now for the game, what would you?
Since I didn't do like an official, I gave this a 5 and this a 4. I would say overall I give it a 5 out of 10. 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. I would give it a solid 5 just because the art style was so great, and it brings back memories of like when I was a little kid playing Street Fighter. But it's not. It's just unless you've kept up with Street Fighter and you play it a lot. And you remember all the movesets like crazy. Like, I remember movesets from Mortal Kombat. I do not remember anything but Ryu's movesets, and I was never even good with him from Street Fighter. So, it's just, I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. I definitely give it a 5 out of 10. Street Fighter Extraordinaire player would probably give it,
more than that.
More than that. I don't know if they give it much more because the arcade mode's missing, and it's very, very, very limited on what you can do right now. But
yeah.
An update is supposed to be coming on the way. But that's pretty much all we've got on Street Fighter V, because it was okay. But also, we would like to remind you, please give us thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and remember to post in the comments and subscriptions below to tell us what you'd like us to do, what you'd like to see us do, and any tips or tricks you'd like to throw in the comments. We welcome them. Please don't put any inflammatory remarks or any racist or sexist or anything like that. We won't tolerate that. We'll just delete your comment.
Or just block you.
Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, you can skewer us. We don't mind getting burned. Just no bad stuff.
You can troll us all you want. Just don't
put stuff that insults other people.
Yeah. And don't in the description we'll have like my channel for the gameplay aspect, because he doesn't right now have a
internet connection good enough to Twitch. I tried that, and Twitch just kind of was like, you can't do this right now, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, he has basic Windstream, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, Windstream. If anybody out there has Windstream, you know what we're talking about.
Yes. I don't have Windstream. I have local internet, which is fiber optic. Really good, but whenever I move, I'm probably going back to Windstream.
That's going to suck.
Yeah. Well, they get the new version of Windstream out, though.
Yeah, and it costs more than fiber optic.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And it's still just DSL.
Yeah, I don't want...
We live in the Stone Ages around here.
Yeah. Georgia.
Oh, we are also going to post in our description box... possibly a little bit later we'll do an edit or something into it for our social media accounts, so you can tweet us and also check out our Instagram, but that is to come. So if you're viewing this now, it might already be there. If not,
it'd been a while.
Wait a few days.
Yeah, we can